Welcome back to another nesting episode in my nesting series. Today we are tackling the nursery. I didn't fully get through this whole room in one day. As you can tell, it's a lot, and there's even a lot more that you haven't seen yet. So first, I'm just kind of clearing out a space, taking some things that don't belong in this room and putting them where they go, starting with this foam playset. I was already starting to get bored, so I needed to play some fire music from this playlist on Spotify. If you are a 90s country fan, this is a good one. The last time I was in this room, I made a couple of different categories. This one that I'm working on is activities, so I'm just going through and making sure it's something that Luxie will still play with. And if it doesn't belong or I already have a place for it, I'm going to go ahead and put it away in her room or somewhere else in the house. And bonus points if you know what song I'm about to sing.
If I change my mind.
If you know what that song is, we're automatically best friends. Now I'm just kind of clearing some space to work on the closet because you guys, the closet is completely full in here of so many different things. We are blessed to have so many wonderful people in our lives that give Luxie things that they know she's going to enjoy, but we just have an abundance of them. So it's a little overwhelming sometimes trying to clear through it all because I don't want to get rid of it. We will use it, but I need space for it, you know?
Hi y'all, I'm officially 19 weeks, 5 days today, and I'm starting to feel it. My back is definitely starting to feel it. So I'm getting started on this room and it's a major priority of mine. Everybody keeps saying, you have plenty of time, you have plenty of time, but I totally want to redo this room. I want to make sure that I'm not double buying things, not adding things to my registry that I already had with Luxie that I forgot about. So I had my husband take down everything from the attic. I've got it over here. I'm not sure if I'm going to get to that today, but I hope that I do. I've made different categories here. I've got games, activities, and then this is arts and crafts. And then I'm going to designate a new area for that in the house, but I need to see how much I have first to see what kind of a space I need to create. I am going to be going through my entire home, decluttering every nook and cranny before baby boy gets here because nesting has begun. So I am going to be going through every single place in my house. I'm going to record as much as I can so that way you have motivation to do the same. And yeah, so now that I've categorized over here, I'm going to dive into the closet because I really haven't even started yet. This is just stuff that has accumulated from Christmas and from other places in the house. So yeah, let's get into the closet.
There are going to be a lot of overwhelming moments in this video, and this is one of them. So the trick for me to keep going, even with being overwhelmed, is to literally keep going. Like anytime I'm thinking, this is too much or any negative thoughts, I just try to put it to the side and keep going because that's not going to help anybody, you know, to think negatively. And the only person that's going to do this is me. So I just, truck on through, but I'm just taking things out and putting them where I think they need to go. I can figure out the rest later, but I know for sure I have to empty out this closet. Let's have a quick mama chat. So if you're watching my video, then you're obviously on social media, whether it's YouTube, Pinterest, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. There are so many different forms of social media, and if you're on any of them, you're constantly watching someone else's life. So I just want to let you know that you really can't compare yourself to anyone that you're watching on social media. You can't compare your life to my life. I can't compare my life to your life. And I know that's easier said than done, and most of social media is somebody's highlight reel of their life. And that's why I create content like this, so you can see my giant messes. You can see that I'm overwhelmed and that I struggle with things too, because I don't live a perfect life. I live a normal life. I have messes. I make mistakes. I am just one person. I'm a mom that's literally trying my best. Most nights I lay in bed and just don't feel like I got anything accomplished because the minute that my feet hit the floor, they don't stop until I go to bed at night. And it's usually really late and everyone else is asleep. And I just think, what did I really do? When in reality, I did a lot and I don't give myself enough credit. And I can almost guarantee you don't either. So you're doing great.
This is for you, buddy.
And in comes the back pain. Y'all see that? Anyways, I'm just feeling extra grateful to be able to be a mom again. Even with all of these messes, I'm just embracing them and embracing life because it is what it is. This is life. It's not always perfect acrylic clear containers and wicker baskets, and that's not realistic. Like, I hate to break it to all these Instagram and TikTok moms, but for the majority of us, that's really not realistic. And I'm not throwing shade on anyone. If that's your jam and you can do it, go for it, girl. Do your thing. Live your best Instagram life. But if you don't really have the means to do that, don't stress yourself out over it. Just do your best. Like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to go out and spend $500 on containers just because something's going to look aesthetic. I'm doing the best that I can to just make it organized so that way I can find it. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying this because it's the way I feel, so you guys have got to feel the same way. And sometimes we just need a little therapy sesh, you know, and most of us don't have time to go to therapy, so that's why we're talking about it. But I really hope that I'm speaking to someone when I say this and that you get it, girl. Side note, I found these little water beads, and I don't know if you guys have seen anything about it, but they're quite dangerous. If ingested, they can cause like organ failure and things like that. So I just threw them away. Luxie never put them in her mouth, and they're so much fun. So I was hesitant because they're expensive too, or at least mine were, but I threw them away. It's not worth it. Okay, back to our mama chat. So since I'm pregnant, I'm looking up the latest and greatest baby items because Luxie was born 3.5 years ago. And apparently in like baby item years, that's like 1 million because we have come so far in technology and things. But the amount of money that moms are spending right now for things that will not last 6 months is insane to me. Like a bassinet that's $1,500. Like, are you also gonna wake up and breastfeed the baby for that price too? Like, really, I don't think it could do enough for that amount of money. I really don't. Everything is now consolidated and put where it needs to go. I haven't gone through all of her workbooks, but I'm pretty sure I'm going to end up keeping those. So this is just full of workbooks and coloring books and like activity type books. This is all paper, construction paper, scrap paper, printer paper. Down there, that's Luxie's little puppet show thing from Love Every. I need to find a spot for that. I need to find a spot for everything, but now that I see what I've got, I kind of have an idea. This is all, like, these are flashcards and, like, learning cards. These are activities that she can do by herself. That's tea sets. I don't know what to do with it yet. This is full of activities, either that she can do by herself or activities I have to do with her. And most of them are koala crates. And then this is all full of her art stuff, minus these two. These are for summertime. They're like little activities for summertime. But it's paint and markers and stuff like that. This goes with her puppet theater thing. That's my craft stuff, like acrylic paint and things like that. Of course, Luxie can do that with me, but it'll probably go in the same area as her art stuff. And then in here, I have sensory box fillers. So there's like rice and like a jungle set, and there's all kinds of stuff in here. Play-Doh, sensory sand. This is the little tools to go with each one. So I have one for water, one for sand, one for Play-Doh. And then down here, this is just extra sensory table activity stuff. And then these are all games. So now I just need to find a spot to put all of them. And I also need to finish out the closet. The top of the closet is full of my stuff. It's not necessarily art stuff or Luxie stuff. And there's just some random stuff. So I need to get to cleaning that out, and that is empty. This is her little climbing set, and that's a little blow up like gym thing. And then this is all of like organization type stuff that I've hoarded over time because I'm like, what if I need it? What if I decide I need to reorganize something and I'm looking for a box or a bin? And sometimes it comes in handy, but most of the time, no. And this is all stuff that I'm getting rid of. So I got a lot of piles going on here, but you know, you just got to keep going.
Don't get overwhelmed. Just keep going.
Okay, back on the bassinet. So I don't actually have it. So if you have it and it's absolutely worth every penny to you, that's real cool. I am not hating on you, but I'm just saying, like, in my brain, that's insane. And even just like regular bassinets, like nothing more, can't turn into anything else, just a bassinet, they're like $300 plus. And Baby List always wants to recommend like the most expensive things. Like, I'm not spending $100 on a sleep sack. It's not happening. Not happening. I just think it's insane. And I really hope that if you're a first time mom and you're watching my videos, like, there are other options. Anyways, this is everything that I got accomplished this day while my mom was watching Luxie and it was time for me to go pick her up. So I did go through the baby things that we brought down from the attic later this night. So stay tuned for that because that will be coming up next in my nesting series. I love ya and see you next time.